Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the very third episode of The Youth Talks with Vriddhi Doshi. Now, before I move on, let me ask you all this one question. Have you all ever thought that, yeah, you want to just create content, you just want to start earning just by creating content, but you don't really have the confidence to actually do that? Have you ever felt that? Has it ever happened that you're just waiting and wondering, यार काश मेरे पास एक अच्छा कैमरा होता तब जाके मैं मेरा एक वीडियो बनाता. आई नीड टू हैव अ गुड कैमरा, आई नीड टू हैव अ गुड लाइटिंग, तब जाके मैं कोई मेरा कंटेंट बनाऊंगी. हैव यू एवर थॉट ऑफ समथिंग ऑफ दैट? और एल्स, let me ask you all on a very basic level, have you ever thought that, yeah, I'm too young to actually start up a business, I'm too young to actually start earning money, and who will give me jobs, who will give me employment? Have you thought about that? अगर तुम लोग ने वो सब सोचा है तो दिस वीडियो इज especially for you, because today I got into a very insightful conversation with none other than one of the leading sensations of India, a woman entrepreneur, a woman edtech entrepreneur, none other than Miss Saloni Srivastav. Now, a lot of you all already know Saloni, and personally she's been like a mentor to me as well. So this conversation was very, very, very special. Miss Saloni, or Saloni Srivastav herself, is a YouTuber. She's a lifestyle YouTuber and she is also a TEDx speaker. Her stories, her inspiring lifestyle has been published in various articles as well. She founded the Hustle Post Academy in 2020, and that company actually aimed to make sure that people are starting with their ventures, people are scaling their businesses. It does not matter if you're a 12-year-old, 40-year-old, or even say 60 years old, it does not matter. She inspires you to do what you love. So this conversation is around content creation and how her journey began from a corporate person to a content creator, ensuring that she earns 7-figure amount per annum. So she's going to share her tips and tricks with you only on The Youth Talks with Vriddhi Doshi. एंड हाँ, अगर अच्छा लगे ये वीडियो तो मेक श्योर कि तुम लोग लाइक कर रहे हो, शेयर कर रहे हो और अपने सब्सक्राइब भी कर रहे हो चैनल को. इसके बिना मत जाना आगे, ठीक है? चलो, सो लेट अस मूव ऑन टू वेरी इंसाइटफुल कन्वर्सेशन विद सलोनी श्रीवास्तव.
I started off as a YouTuber, so I primarily recognize myself as a YouTuber. I've had my YouTube channel for the last 4 years. I continuously work on it to date. And on the side, along with my YouTube channel, I have also been able to build a lot of other businesses because of the community that I was able to create on my YouTube channel. The biggest brainchild of mine, which I'm currently working on, is called Hustle Post Academy, which is a program where I train people to start a side hustle, start online businesses, and I teach them exactly how they can, follow the path that I was able to follow myself. I did not have a mentor when I started out, and I made a lot of mistakes. I just want to ensure that these mistakes are not made again, when somebody else is looking to start out on a journey like this. So that's what we do at Hustle Post Academy. That's another thing that I do. And of course, I'm a content creator. I create all types of contents, YouTube video, Instagram, Reels, all of that. So I'm a fun content creator, but also a very savvy business person.
Saloni, you are a CEO as well, right? You started your entire academy from scratch. So could you tell us that how exactly did you start your company? I mean, what inspired you to actually start your company?
Right. So for me, the biggest inspiration, I would say inspiration in disguise, was the pandemic, right? Last year when the lockdown started, we saw a lot of people sadly lose their jobs. A lot of people were laid off. And everywhere I was seeing people struggle with their jobs, money, and in general, the economy was not doing very well. And I was like, what can I do right now to help people? Can I teach people something that I already know? Can I train people with something so that they can find another job, or they can find something that truly makes them happy? And with that intention, I took 2 weeks off everything, all the things that I did in my life. And I decided to package everything I knew about building businesses, starting YouTube channels, freelancing, everything that I knew. And I packaged all of that into a course. And I thought, let me just go ahead and launch it. And that's how I launched the program. And today it's a pretty successful program with over 3,500 students, a lot of success stories coming out of it. But in my heart, my inspiration was always, the sadness that I saw when the pandemic first hit last year.
Right. So according to you, basically the main objective is that you actually help people to grow their business. It need
Correct.
not be right. So, do you think that there is a specific age bar when it comes to business? Because most of our target audience, most of the viewers are children. So, do you have any message for them when it comes to business?
Right. No, I personally believe that there is no age bar whatsoever. So in my academy, the youngest person who has started a business, who started her own social media and freelancing business, is 10 years old. And the eldest person I have in my academy is 65 years old. So that's the age range. So I personally believe that there is absolutely no age bar whatsoever for starting your business, especially an online business, which you can just start using just your phone and internet connection. If you can, learn basic skills, I think there's a lot that you can do with just the power of your phone and internet connection. And looking at the success stories of a lot of 10 to 15-year-olds that we have in our academy, I am to believe that the younger generation today is a lot more aware. Especially looking at social media based businesses, I feel like the younger generation gets it much better than somebody like me, because I did not grow up with social media, but these people, you hand them an app and they'll know exactly what to do and how to figure out all the features, and they're just the absolute best at spotting trends and converting whatever knowledge they have into a business. So if you are a student and if you think there's something, anything, whatever you think you've cracked, then you can always go ahead and convert that into a business.
Right, absolutely. So they are actually the trendsetters right now. I see so many 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds kids making reels and all. They are literally the
So
youth
good.
of today. Absolutely, they are going to be the ones setting trends. So, what
Absolutely.
is the success? Like, could you share one success story of your academy to the viewers?
Absolutely. No, there are so many success stories. It's so difficult for me to narrow down to just one person. So I would give you just a couple of examples. So I'll give you across categories, right? So for a kid who's in my academy, a 13-year-old girl, her name is Muskan. She joined the academy as a I think she's in the 8th grade or 10th grade. I'm not exactly sure, but she's 13 years old. She came in with the intention of wanting to start her YouTube channel. She's been watching a lot of these YouTubers, and she's a makeup enthusiast, and has a really good eye for clothes and fashion. And she's like, Didi, can I package this? Can I do something about this career? I was like, of course you can make it into a career. And she joined our academy, and today she has a YouTube channel. I think she's just started, and she has about 500 subscribers. She's starting to work on it. She has a pretty decent following on Instagram as well. So she's been able to set this up, and just the fact that she's been able to take the first step in her journey, there's no looking back for her now. She's only going to go up and up from here. And she'll soon start working with brands. She'll have monetization happen on YouTube. So there's sky's the limit for her. In the working professionals category, I have about 40 to 50 people from the academy who've actually been able to quit their job. They were like, I'm making so much money with just my side hustle that I don't even need a job. And they quit their jobs. They become YouTubers, freelancers, coaches, consultants, all kinds of businesses. There are homemakers, mothers who had to let go of their careers, when they had a kid, and they had to stay at home with their kid, and now they are finding their passion back again, and they're actively starting to work on it. A lot of homemaker success stories are also there in the academy. So it's a beautiful community with so many successes every day.
So adorable, and the way you're speaking, the way the way you're saying it just shows that there's not just content creation, there's not just dance, but there are so many other activities that you can actually pursue your career in. So could you just, like, in the pandemic, could you just tell us what are the blooming careers that could come up in the pandemic and even post pandemic maybe?
Absolutely. So here's the thing about pandemic, right? After pandemic, people have realized that almost anything is possible with a Zoom connection, internet connection, and a decent computer. People have realized that possibilities are endless with just something like this. So because of this, now so many careers have opened up for us. I'll give you a few examples. Let's social media management, right? A lot of businesses started out in the pandemic, and they are constantly, every single company that starts out today requires social media, right? Like they have to be on social media to get customers. How are they going to get so many people to manage their social media. So social media management is a very, very important, career option that has opened up for people. You don't need any formal training. All you need to do is understand how Instagram works or how YouTube works. And I believe, our younger generation today really understands that. So as long as you know how to crack Instagram, you can, start working with not just companies that are based in India, but even international clients. You can work for somebody who's based in the US. You can be managing their social media sitting in India, somewhere in a small town in India. So that's one definite career track that has opened up. Content and copywriting has opened up again, because so many other businesses have come into the picture, and every business today in the digital space requires content to be produced on a regular basis. So content writing, copywriting has become a really important profession. I think in the pandemic, digital learning has become so big, right? As a member of Unacademy's team, you would have seen this happen in front of your eyes, right? People have just accepted the idea of digital learning so wholeheartedly. Maybe in a very dire circumstances, maybe this is not the best thing, best thing that happened to the world. But in the space of e-learning, I feel like people are now starting to realize that I don't need to be in, if I am, let's say, a student sitting in a small town in Kerala, I don't need to be somewhere in Delhi or Kota to get the right kind of coaching. I can do this sitting at my home because there's access to internet. So if you think you're somebody, if you can teach anything to anybody, that today can be packaged into an online, course, and you can sell that. So there are people in my academy who are selling, who have programs across a lot of different things. So there's a homemaker in my academy. She's amazing at cooking. She's teaching people, how to make good quality food from home. So she has packaged a course on that. There are people, there was a student who was really good at makeup. She started her own makeup training institute online. So no matter if there's anything that you think you can teach today, even online learning and online teaching has become a really massive industry. So these are just some of the examples that have opened up because of the pandemic.
I love the way that, you've covered all the diversified fields which do not really require a certification course itself.
Exactly.
You just said that, there's a homemaker who's teaching how to cook. And I mean, who would have thought that actually you could make a career out of it? There's no certification courses like that. So according, like in your entire journey, do you think that a certification course is more, what is more important, a certificate or a course and talent and skills? If you just weigh both of them, what according to you would be more important?
Right. So here's the thing though. I am personally of the opinion that certificates are becoming less and less important over, as the world progresses. Today, if you may have the most advanced degree from the most exquisite university in the world. You may have some certificate from the world's leading program. But if you don't know how to do things, if you practically don't know how to execute things, it's not going to happen for you. The world is becoming more and more skill oriented. And if you are somebody, if you don't have a degree from like a really fancy university, or you don't have a certification or a course, and you know how to do things, the world is your oyster. You will get more and more work every single day. The example of a 13-year-old being able to, teach people so that there are students in my academy. There's a girl, she's very young. She's teaching people how to make reels. That's all she's doing, and imagine everyone wants to create reels. Not a lot of people understand how to make reels. She has a full program that she's created where she's just teaching people how to use reels to the best of its capabilities to grow on social media. So do you need a certification to teach reels? No, you don't need anything. But are people willing to pay her so that they can learn it? Absolutely. She's making money every single month.
Right. So how, according to you, can a person actually choose that they want to, start this business, or they want to start this particular, say, just training? How can they actually come down to that narrow specification?
Right. So couple of things, come into consideration when you pick what should be that one idea that you should go ahead with. I personally feel there are a couple of answers that you should, try to answer for yourself. Try to think about it in this moment. Don't think about 5 years down the lane. We all evolve as people. So don't think like, what will I want to do for the rest of my life? No, nobody has the answer to that. I don't have that answer right now. So I'm assuming a 15-year-old or a 10-year-old would not have that answer. So please don't worry about, what you want to do for the rest of your life. That's not an answer we tackle. But think about it. In this moment, what's something that you're happy to do, even if nobody pays you, even if no one's paying you to do it, what will you feel super happy doing? or what is something that a lot of people in your family, maybe your friends, maybe your people you play with, or people you go to school with, what do they come to you regularly? Do they come and ask you something about some particular area? So for me, over time, I realized that a lot of people were coming and asking me, how do you start a YouTube channel? How do you have your Instagram account? And I was like, okay, I can teach this to people. Similarly, the homemaker in my academy, a lot of friends of hers and her family members would reach out and ask her, can you tell me the recipe for this one? And that's how she realized that she's really good at it, because people are constantly asking her help. We don't realize what we're good at, but others pick it up, and if they come to you asking for help with something on a regular basis, then that's definitely something that you should pick up. So think about it. What can you do for free, even if no one's paying you, even if there's no pocket money coming your way? What can you do for free? I realized I can be on Instagram for free. You don't pay me, I don't care. I can be on Instagram all day. Can I turn that into a career?
Then we have to have a control over ourselves that, okay, stop, we need to do other work, stop the
Exactly
work. Right. So what is the next step? Once, okay, now I have decided that suppose I want to move forward with my Instagram reels, I want to teach people how to make Instagram reels. What is the next step that you would recommend to the learner?
Right. So a couple of things. There are a lot of steps ahead of you. When you've just identified your niche. I think the most important thing that you need to figure out is just building a little bit of a structure. So, for example, if you decided to be a trainer, you've decided to be a teacher, and you want to start teaching people something, the first thing you would need to do is probably break down exactly how will you teach. So, for example, if you're doing a course with Unacademy, when you go and attend that session by a trainer, you would see that sir or ma'am would have a certain way in which they would teach something. So if you want to become a trainer, you would have to have your own delivery system as well. Like, what will you teach? What will be the exact way in which you will teach? What are some of the things that you will cover? So when making Instagram reels, are you going to teach people how to get ideas, how to edit it, how to shoot it, what kind of lighting, everything that you would want people to teach? Write it down in a notebook, and build your curriculum. Then try to see how you can sort of, how you can bring your own element to it. And then you can decide how you want to do it. Do you want to do it live by getting onto a Zoom call with people? Do you want to, go ahead and, record everything and then give people recorded lectures? Figure that out. You will have to build a small community of people who will be willing to buy from you. So if, for example, today, if I have a course, a lot of people come and buy my course because they follow me on social media. So if you can start being active somewhere, if you can build a small marketing channel for yourself, that will be a good way in which people can discover you.
Is it necessary that you should teach only? Like, what if I just want to show my skills? So what is
Absolutely. Teaching is definitely not the only option. There's so much more. So if this person realizes that they're good at reels, let's say, but they don't want to teach reels, can you take charge of making reels for other people? For example, somebody like me, I have 3 social media channels. I have a YouTube channel, I have a business to run, I have so many things to do. And the last thing I can find time for in a day is to sit and make reels. So can you come and approach me? Write a message to somebody. Hi Saloni, my name is this. I am really good at creating reels. I create that on my own Instagram account. Do you think, can I work with you? Can I help you with, taking care of the reels that you have to create on your account? Reach out to somebody, and tell them, I'm not looking for any payment for the first 15 days. Let's work for free. If you like my services, we can figure out how to do that. Get hold of somebody. Try to find one client who you can offer any of your services to. If you're good at writing, go to them. Can I write social media captions for you? Can I write blog posts for you? Can I write emails for you? If you're good at photography, you can reach out to influencers. You can tell them, hey, can I click pictures for you? Can I make your If you're good at editing, can you send all the pictures to me? I can edit it. I can make your feed look beautiful. Identify what you're good at. Identify somebody who you can offer this service to. Drop them a DM. At that's what will happen. They won't reply. They'll say no. You can reach out to 1,000 other people. If somebody says no, the world is your oyster.
I really love how you're so excited about just sharing all this information. It's visible. You're like the live example of do what you love. I can feel it right through the internet. I can really feel it. So that's exactly, to all the viewers, that is the energy that you need if you want to move forward with it. Look at her. She's so passionate about things. So what is the passion that you have? That is what you have to figure out and you have to choose. So Ms. Saloni, if you have to give one message to all the viewers, what would you give that one message with regards to whatever we had a conversation right now?
Right. My big message is, just start. If a small idea also comes into your head that, after watching this session, if you feel like, okay, I feel like I'm good at writing and I want to do something about it, Do not stop and wait for the perfect moment to come. The biggest reason why most people don't do things is because they sit and they wait for that perfect moment to come. They're like, no, I'll do this when I learn 5 things. I'll do this when I do 2 more courses from this person. I'll do this when something else becomes right in my life. The point is, right time is never going to come. It's just not going to come. So if you feel like there's something you can do today, if there's some step you can take today, and the moment the idea strikes, start working on it. Maybe 2 weeks down the lane, 1 week down the lane, you'll realize, okay, there's something else. Oh, I don't know how to do this. You'll figure things out on the way. You'll identify what is to be learned along the way, but do not wait to start executing on ideas. Something comes into your head, just start taking action. Reach out to somebody, find somebody on Instagram who's already doing this, message them. Hey, I really want to do this, and it looks like you're already doing this. Can I take 5 minutes of your time? Can you answer a few of my questions? Identify someone, ask them questions, and just start taking action.
And let me tell you, all the viewers, this is something that she's telling out of experience. I know for a fact that Saloni has shifted her career from a corporate world. She had a very good corporate job, and from the corporate job, she took the right step. She took a step forward. She just started, and right now she is an entrepreneur. She has her own business. So, Miss Saloni, would you like to share that story in which you were into the corporate world, and what actually inspired you to take the step towards actually, leaving your job and starting your own business?
Absolutely. So I had a very stable corporate career. I was working as a marketing manager in the education industry. I was very happy with my job. My boss was really good. My job was really good. My company was really good. We were doing great things. Everything was right. There was nothing wrong really. But somewhere deep down, I realized that, there was more I could do. I had a lot of free time. After coming back from office every day after 8 o'clock, I was doing nothing. I was just sitting and watching maybe some Netflix show, maybe something on Amazon, maybe something on YouTube. That's all I was doing. And I was of the opinion that can I use this time a little bit more productively? Can I do something else in this time? And I used to watch a lot of these YouTube channels. I was like, these people make YouTube videos. I'll go and make YouTube videos also. So I didn't think, the whole point about not thinking, the idea came into my head, and then I was not like, oh, I will wait for the perfect camera to come to me. I will wait for the perfect mic to come to me. I did not wait for all of that. I had my phone. I was like, I'm just going to use my phone to make the first video. It's going to be bad. That's okay. Anyway, when you start a YouTube channel, no one's going to watch your videos anyway. So just start. So I was like, I'm just going to start making videos. So I created my first video. I put it live. And I enjoyed that process so much. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I love creating videos. So then I continued making videos and over again. Within 8 months, I noticed that a lot of brands started reaching out to me. YouTube started paying me. Money started coming. And I was like, okay, I can actually turn this into a career. And so I went and I told my boss that, bye, I'm leaving. I'm going to do that for 6 months. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to come back to you. But if it doesn't work out, I know that you will take me back because I had been a dedicated employee there. But I need these 6 months to prove to myself that, I am going to do something of mine. And then from there, I started working on my YouTube channel full time. From there, I realized because I have this YouTube channel, now I can launch products. I can start freelancing. I can start doing other services. So I started doing all of that. And it has been the best decision, doing something of my own. It just keeps me so happy every day.
So what actually inspires you to actually get up every day and make YouTube videos every day? Because at one point of time, you just get burned out. You just don't feel like making a video. You just like, okay, I could actually relate to, when you said that I'm waiting for the perfect camera. I waited for like 3 to 4 months to actually get the perfect camera. So what actually inspires you to wake up the next day and just create? What is that one motto that you have that, just makes you want to create content?
Right. No, for me, I think, it's honestly just the love of the process. I love making videos. I love creating content. You wake me up at 2 in the night, I'll be happy, I'll get up, I'll start making videos. Like, I enjoy creating content that much. So it's really just about, finding something that truly makes you happy. And that could be anything. It could be the simplest of things. You can come to me with the randomest of ideas and I can tell you, yes, this can be turned into a business. Whatever you like, just find one thing you like. And then, just do a little bit of Google search. You'll find there's somebody somewhere sitting in the world who is using that idea to make money, who has turned that idea into a career. So it's really just about, finding something that doesn't really feel like work. For me, creating YouTube videos, I don't even feel like I'm working. This interview right now is kind of like work for me. But does it feel like work?
How sweet. That is so sweet. So Just one question that I have to you, like if you have to, give a message to the viewers, like in general, what would you give? What would you tell the viewers?
So this would be message about just
In
taking action.
general, like in
Right.
general, if you could just tell the viewers, what would you tell them?
Right. No, so see, my message here is, really please don't stop experimenting, because in today's day and age, something new comes up every day. And, if we think, so for me, I'll give you my example. When I started out, when I was in the corporate, I could have just been like, oh, my life is sorted. I have a job now. So I don't need to think about anything else. But I kept experimenting. I was like, let me try making a YouTube video. So I went and I made that. So that turned into something. Then when I had a YouTube channel, I could have been happy sitting and making YouTube videos. But then I was like, I want to launch a product. So I made my planner and I launched it in the market. After that, I was like, okay, can I make the planner bigger? Can I launch more journals? I launched more journals. From there, I was like, okay, can I launch a course? Can I launch a program that I can teach people? So it's really just about, experimenting with new ideas, coming up with new things every once in a while, so that, you won't know what your potential is, what are the things you can do, unless you really go out and explore and experiment and try new things. So never shy away from trying something new. Be completely open to the idea that the first time you do something is going to be bad, right? So don't be worried that, because it's going to be bad, I'm going to wait, I'm not going to take action on it because 10 people are doing this already, there's already competition, there's already somebody who's doing it better than me. All of these doubts and, questions will come into your head. But you have to allow yourself to just be okay at something and bad at something. The first time you do something, it's going to be bad. But once you make that bad video, once you take that bad step, every single step you take after that is going to get better and better and better from there. So just be open to experimenting.
And so just like what you said, failure is like the stepping stone towards success. So whenever you fail,
Exactly.
you are learning something and you just keep it moving forward. So how
Exactly.
would you balance your studies and whatever you're doing? So most of our learners, they're in their 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So what according to you would, like how should they like completely focus into this, or how can they balance the studies with this freelancing?
Absolutely. No, I think it's so important for you to focus on your studies as well, because, there's so much I have learned from formal education also. The school that I went to, the students that I studied with, the college that I went to after that, all of these, places gave me a lot to learn about. So I would never recommend somebody who's still in school or still in college to just completely give up and, focus only on freelancing, because every single side of that world has different things to offer. Freelancing is going to offer like new experiences, meeting new people, versus your college, your school, all of that's going to offer, a lot of formal education, a lot of training, a lot of networking opportunities through which, by meeting other people, learning new things from them. So in my opinion, there has to be a balance between the two, especially, when you're a student. And the way I look at this is, honestly, if you can take out 30 minutes every day, right, apart from your education, I would still recommend your education should be your priority one, and you should focus a lot on making sure that, you're giving your exams, you're getting your results and all of that. Like, all of that aside, if you can take out 30 minutes every day, that is more than enough today to make a small side career for yourself, a small career that you can start building, no matter how young you are. Starting a YouTube channel, 30 minutes a day. Starting a freelancing career, 30 minutes a day. Creating a course on something, 30 minutes a day. That's all you need. If you can take out 30 minutes, which I know most people would have, right? Can you take those 30 minutes out by waking up maybe half an hour early in the morning? Can you do that by maybe giving up a little bit of, social media scrolling time, maybe some time of your gaming that you do on the side? If you can just take out 30 minutes, that's more than enough.
I really like how you stress upon the word every day, because it's not like a one-time thing. The consistency is very important. You can't just
Matters so much.
I don't want to do this, I want to do something else. So I really like how you stress upon the word consistency every day.
Absolutely.
So I think so all my doubts are basically, or like almost all cleared. Just one question, it's like going to be a summation of everything. Did this entire process come to you in just 5 months, 2 months, overnight? Like, how long did you take to actually be who you are right now?
I feel like I'm still work in progress, right? You can't ever be, that, oh, I have arrived and now this is it. It's never this is it. It's always, you keep learning, you keep growing in the journey. So for me, today, whatever I am, I've been doing this. I've been working on building a community, YouTube channel, content creation, freelancing, social media, all of that for the last 4.5 years. So, wherever I am today, it's not so. And this is a misconception that a lot of people have today that, oh, I will start my YouTube channel. 10 days later, I'll have 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 subscribers. I'll start making money. There'll be brand deals. People will stop me to get selfies. That's a very, very wrong sort of, image that has been created in the market. I want to be very honest. It takes effort, it takes time, it takes energy, and it never really stops. Today, I feel like I'm still learning. I still discover something new. And I discover just yesterday, I came across, I think she was like a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl on Instagram. She's doing such a beautiful job of creating content there. And I saw that and I learned from her. So, I feel like I'm still learning. Every time I discover somebody new, I see their creativity and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. I never even thought of doing that. So it takes time, and nothing that you will do in life, nothing worthwhile in life is going to come to you like the next day. You have to be a little patient, you have to be consistent, you have to work towards it every day. But as long as you do small, consistent efforts every day, I feel like whatever you're aiming for can come true for you. The only thing is be active, be proactive, be consistent, and keep experimenting, keep growing. Don't ever feel like, now I know everything. That feeling should never come in your head, because that's honestly never going to be true. You will never at any point know everything. There's so much to know.
So that is exactly what, like if it is coming from Saloni herself, somebody who's actually like, okay, would you mind if I disclose like the thing that you always say on Instagram, the salary part, like the...
Absolutely.
That's the so let me tell you all, children, all the viewers, all the learners, this is actually coming from somebody who earns 7 figures per annum. Am I correct?
Yes.
7 figures per annum. So if she can do it, trust me, even y'all can do it, and that is what is the motto. So just make sure that, I hope that this entire video, I hope that this entire talk with Miss Saloni, such an insightful conversation, just inspires you to do what you love and take the very next step of just starting. I really hope to all the viewers and to all the learners, and Ms. Saloni, I have to say that I am myself very inspired, because I never got I thought that I just stopped making content on Instagram, but after having a conversation with you, I am inspired to create more content and to remove time out of my schedule and just create. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Hey guys, what's up? So first of all, before I ask y'all something, tell me, did y'all find this video really very interesting? Did you find this video like, ये वीडियो के बाद तुम लोग को ऐसा कुछ लगा कि यार नहीं, बस अभी तो हमें कुछ करना ही है. I want to do something. I want to just start earning. I just want to do something that I love. I want to figure out my niche. I want to do something that will make my parents proud. Did you feel that? Did you find that encouragement in you? If yes, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know how this video made sure that you are motivated, encouraged to do something that you love. With this, we come to an end of today's talk show, The You Talks with Vriddhi Doshi. And don't worry guys, we're going to come up with many more such insightful conversations with one of the most inspiring people of the country. So until then, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And guys, yes, in case if y'all don't know, I'm Unacademy. Y'all can now find me on Unacademy Plus as well. I teach English to standard 9 and 10, but you can get all the subjects at a very affordable price and with a lot of interesting offers that are going on right now. So make sure that you use the code VDLife10. Take a code, use karo VDLife10 and join me on Unacademy Plus. It's gonna be fun. And yes, I'm going to see you on the next channel. So until then, stay at home, stay safe, take very good care of yourself, and a very hearty sayonara. Bye everybody, take care.